So this poem is called My Mother's Mirror. I think I've discovered my issue with love, and I say issue because I've only figured out the one. I'd been writing about boys and troubled waters for which there was no bridge, when the root of it is this. When the root of my issues with love, my trials and failures and trials and failures have all stemmed from self-love, but not my own or a lack thereof. People often write about cancer and how terrible a disease it is, how selfish and destructive it can be. But I think if I had the choice, I would choose to suffer a lifetime of cancer than to suffer a lifetime without a sense of self-love. No one ever writes about that. Ever since my mom was a girl, she's been punishing herself, feeling the tight knots of a fierce hunger pain that she would satisfy with only enough to live. The food she would let in was always followed by 2 fingers pushed into the back of her throat. Similar to the way you might whistle to call your dog, she uses these 2 to call up her lunch. To her, fingers aren't for whistling or lacing, they're her weapon, her escape. It's an odd thing to grow up with, especially as a girl. Her disease didn't get me, though not for lack of trying. It's very clever. It would contort itself into hurtful words that would spit out of her mouth on a breath of vomit. Why are you getting so fat? Stop eating, you've had more than enough. I remember when those jeans used to fit you. Look at you now. You must be 160 pounds, am I right? Am I right? You need to do something about that, Tash. It would show itself in other ways too. Thousands of dollars on diet books and surgery and a set of new teeth when 50 years of acid finally eroded them to dust. And she tried to hide it. Even when I'd hear her battling in the bathroom, she'd always come out insisting that she had just gone pee. I was about 12 when I started to think of myself as a mirror. Her hurtful words were never meant for me. I'm just a mirror. She's looking at herself and never at me. And this is how I trick the disease, keep it at bay with this house of mirrors I've created. You may have my mother's life, but I've got my mirrors. I see myself and I love who I see. You'll never, ever get me.